Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Sire. So we're back for another trade recap slash market recap. So I'm gonna break down what my bias was going for the day, the trade that I took, and yeah, let's get straight into it. So I actually did end up taking a loss today, unfortunately. So I was coming into the day with a bullish bias. As you guys can see here, we had equal highs up here on Nasdaq. So I was expecting PA to be bullish overall for the day. Now, one of the first things that I did notice before getting, so I got on the charts like 30 minutes before market open. So if you guys come over here on the 15-minute chart, we were actually inside of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So I was like, okay, so we're still respecting bullish order flow. We're not really going below this fair value gap or going lower. So I wasn't even thinking of going for the sell side liquidity down here, which was the previous day's low. So I was still bullish for the day, and we did have our equal highs up here. So I was expecting price action to be bullish overall for the day. Now, the first thing that I did notice when I hopped on the charts is we did end up sweeping this sell side down here. So we took out this sell side liquidity here, and we also did end up taking out more sell side down here as well too. So at first I was waiting to see if we were going to have any sort of long positions coming out of this market open. I was waiting to see if this 1 minute gap would get inversed right here, and then maybe we could look for longs back up to the highs up here. So this is literally right at market open. So I was thinking of taking some sort of longs up here just because we were already respecting bullish order flow, and I mean there would really be no reason for us to keep going lower from here. This 5 minute fair value gap right here has also been filled as well too, so it was already rebalanced. 15-minute fair value gap as well too would also get rebalanced. So I was expecting price to go higher from here. So if we actually let price action play out for a little bit. So this is where market open hit. So market open did actually end up going lower. We went way lower than I thought. I thought we were just going to start just pumping straight up, maybe get the candle close up here, and then that would push us up higher. But we actually did not end up getting that at all. Now, the first thing that I did notice was we actually did end up creating a bullish SMT right here. So if you guys look over here, NQ ended up taking this low. We took the low right here on NQ. That created our SMT. But if you guys look over here on ES, I'll show you guys real quick. Man, I'm tripping. I went way too far. Where is this low at? Where is this low? Okay, yeah, look right here. So this is the same time. So we took the low on NQ, but we did not end up taking the low on ES. We didn't take the low on ES, so that was basically telling me that we were going to go higher from here. Now, I did end up with my original fair value gap that I was looking for, and then we also did have this gap right here. So I was ultimately waiting to see if price action was going to inverse both of these gaps at the same time, get our close here, and then that would be our entry to these equal highs. So we let price action play out. As soon as I saw this candle come out, I was like, okay, this is definitely going to freaking work. There's no way this fails. I took my long position here. I got my entry. Now, the only thing that I will say that I didn't like about this setup was we already did end up taking out the internal liquidity here, and we did take this internal liquidity here. So all of that alone could have already just invalidated the setup just from that alone. And if you guys look over here too, what I should have done was wait for this 3 minute fair value gap to also get disrespected. So I took the entry inside of the 3 minute fair value gap. Now, if we let price action play out, sorry, this is being really slow. So if we let price action play out, we did end up getting stopped out pretty much right away. So ultimately right there, that just went to go show that my bias was incorrect. I should have waited to see if this 3 minute fair value gap was going to get disrespected, and that would have given me my confirmation to come back up for these highs up here. So I was ultimately wrong. Now, our next draw on liquidity, so this already just right here, this rejection here alone already tells us that our bias would have been bearish. We had bearish order flow now. Just because we did come up, we took the low inside of there. We rejected the 5 minute fair value gap, and then what liquidity did we have left? We still had this sell side liquidity from up here. So all of these confluences were telling us that we were actually going to go lower. Unfortunately, I did end up getting stopped out just right there on that trade. Now, what you could have taken on the 30-second chart, if you guys come over here, we did end up creating a bullish, bearish SMT along over here. Let me try to find it. I believe it was from here to here. What was it? Let me see. Let me double check for you boys. Let me double check. I don't want to just be yapping. Okay, I don't know where it was at, but we did have some sort of bearish SMT here, and that did give us the confirmation that we were going to go lower. You could have taken this 30-second inverse right here, and you could have targeted the low, but it would have got, you would have been stopped out at break even. This trade would have not ultimately panned out. I think the bearish SMT did form here, actually. Try to see if I could find it. Oh man, technical difficulties. Yeah, so the bearish SMT was right here. We took the high on NQ, but we didn't take the high on ES. So this would have been probably the best setup you could have taken. Now this 30-second was rejecting up here. This gap right here, we did reject this as well too. We rejected it a couple of times. So you could have taken this 30-second inverse right here. Now the moment that this would have gotten disrespected, so yeah, right here, boom, right there, that would have been your entry. Could have put your stop above this fair value gap right here. Obviously target the sell side down here. So this would be about a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Let that play out. So you could have taken partials here at this 5-minute fair value gap. We have this low inside of the fair value gap. So this would have been your first TP right here. And then ultimately I would have gotten out of the trade once. So we displaced a bit lower here. I would have gotten out of the trade the moment these two gaps would have gotten disrespected. And right there, that would be where you would close your trade. Just because everyone here during this session, everyone wanted this previous day low, and a lot of people did end up getting wrecked here. A lot of people took shorts like around this area here, and pretty much price just like was like, nah, screw you, bro, and then it just went higher from here. So a lot of people did get faked out from this move from this previous day low from here. Now that was the only trade I really did end up taking today during the AM session. Kind of sucks that this candle right here basically just debated me, just made me I genuinely thought we were just gonna push higher, but obviously I was incorrect. Wish I would have been bearish for the day, but it is what it is. We ultimately did end up taking that equal highs at some point during the day. Obviously I didn't know because I stopped trading during that session, but yeah. So that just goes to show that not every day is going to be a winning day. Not every day you're going to have the correct bias. This week has been really tricky. I took no trades on Monday. I took an L on Tuesday, and I took an L today as well too. So I'm actually down 2-0 on the week right now. Hopefully we can bring it back tomorrow and Friday as well too. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you guys learned something. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay blessed and have a good one.